Well, if the workforce aren't culpable, and I agree with you, who do you think is culpable?
Well, firstly, I and the Scottish Government are ultimately accountable. This is a public sector contract, and in fact, First Ministers don't regularly sit before individual committees of this Parliament. The fact that I am here, I'm not saying I had any choice over the matter, but I welcome being here because I do recognise unreservedly that ultimate accountability. I think the Scottish Government, CMAL, to a lesser extent, to be fair, but nevertheless, I'll include them, CalMac, Transport Scotland, which is an agency of the Scottish Government. We all have to reflect on all aspects of this, recognise where decisions that we have taken, if it is the case that they could have and should have been taken differently, to recognise that and to learn lessons out of that. And I don't shy away from that. But nor do I think can it be escaped that this was a contract that a private company signed up to, contracted to do a job that hasn't been done. And therefore, there is also a significant degree of responsibility, in my view, that has to rest with FMEL and the management of FMEL at the time. Not sole responsibility, and I'm not saying none of their concerns are legitimate, but they have to be part of this too. And while I'm sitting here readily accepting that there are lessons for the Scottish Government and for our agencies, I'm not sure I have heard that from FMEL. I've heard lots about why it's all somebody else's fault, and absolutely there is a degree of responsibility that lies elsewhere. But I think it's also important that they recognise that they contracted to do a job that then wasn't done, and that has to be a significant part of it too.
Okay, so you share some responsibility for the position we are now in of...
Me or...
Yes.
I'm the First Minister. You can...
So is that a yes?
I'm the First Minister. I'm accountable and responsible for everything that happens. I said to you earlier on, I don't take every decision in the Scottish Government, contrary to some of the things that are said about me by my critics. But I am accountable and responsible for everything that happens in the Scottish Government's name. And, whatever people think about me or the political or other disagreements, I never shy away from that, and nor will I ever shy away from that. So that's not the hardest question that you have asked me today or will ask me in the future, I'm sure.
Okay.